off. Spent some time in a military hospital.
Yeah.
He hit a bouncing Betty.
Holy sh! He put in.
Rockets coming up. I mean, you're fucked.
You had a guardian angel.
Didn't explode.
We're picking up at the hospital.
Yep. Well, I'm back at the hospital, and think about a military hospital. In wartime, you see a lot of fucked up dudes, boy. And man, it's just really, really screwed up. Seen this young kid was a Marine recon, and he was out on some long distance alert, they called it, or something like that. Long distance
Reconnaissance.
Yeah. And he hit a bouncing Betty. You know, it's the only time I've heard of one or heard of anybody hitting one, but I heard about them all the time, but never actually anybody, falling victim. But that's what he fell victim to. And, bouncing Betty is this rocket on the inside of a pressure plate. You tread on it. As soon as you tread on it, as soon as the weight goes off, that rocket's coming up. And you're fucked. There's just all there is to it. And it blew his ass off. And he was completely paralyzed. And the guys would take turns. He was sandwiched between two boards and a device that had a opening for his groin, and this was his tail. And we would take turns turning comic book pages for him. And I felt so sorry for that guy. And I mean, and other stuff you'd see, it's just so fucked up. Thing I remember one of the hardest thing is about that. I mean whatever brought the war home, that did. I mean, you spend some time in a military hospital, you'll see. And Navy lost my payroll records, so I couldn't go off base. I used to say to some of the guys, I had to have some civilian clothes and some money to go off base. And I'd say, can you loan me some money and your civvies? And so I could go on liberty. He says, I like you, man, but not that much. Oh, God.
Jeez. I read somewhere, or maybe I saw it on an interview, I can't remember, that you think that you had a guardian angel.
I did.
Why did you think that?
So many things happened that I come out okay. Another time we're in a firefight in a village, right? Again, nobody's hit, nobody's in anything. Me and this dude named Pavlovich, we go into this hooch, searching for Christ knows what. And in there is one of these little tables. And it's a long table. It's about maybe 4 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet tall. And on it is a bowl, one bowl. And in the bowl was an undetonated tonk round from the night before, when we had this guy named Cook. And Cook was one of these guys go to jail or join the Marine Corps for stealing cars. And so he, that's back on the Marine Corps, was doing what it could to, fill the ranks. And so anyhow, he fired it, didn't go off. Somehow landed there. But our boy Pavlovich moved his fat ass and tipped the bowl. And they had this wooden floor put in, I mean, small, this kind of a crappy wooden floor on the altar. And this thing hit the wood, didn't explode. Motherfucker. Now, that got my attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I go outside and I go, there's no way I'm going back in there. Period. And so Cook goes back in there, and they used to have on the helmets, they'd have these big black rubber bands, right, pieces of rubber, and they would keep bug repellent, bug juice in them, right? Well, Cook put the dud M79.
Holy shit! He put an unexploded round.
Yeah, was it M79?
Yeah, it was the M79.
Yeah, so he puts the M79 round in it, and we're walking back, and you could see you got about two, three guys, and then one guy watching him, and he's back about maybe 20 yards. And then 20 yards, the next closest guy, and he's walking with this thing on his head. I kept waiting for his head to just.
Holy shit. And he made it.
He made it.
What the rest of the time when that damn thing
Oh, fuck, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, let's talk about. I mean, I am curious. I mean, is there. Do you feel like you had a relationship with the guardian angel?
I did, and I still do. It's just stuff I've come out of. Like for example, I'll give you this. Okay, I'm on Okinawa, and I get sent to Okinawa to get processed back to Vietnam, back to the unit. And it's been a couple of months or maybe 3 months. It's been, and I really don't know. But it was around then. Okay. So I take and get to be, this doctor there got to be friendly with me. I thought he was a good dude. And so when I got to the point where all my wounds were healed, I said to him, I said, Doc, I'm ready to go back, And he said, you ready to go back? He says, Parson, you don't have to go back. He says, I'll keep you here for the rest of the war. And I said, no, I want to go back. I want to be with those guys. I mean, they were my family, right? I loved them more than I ever loved a lot of my. I mean, we were closer, even though it was just a month. So he said, okay, and he signed off. And the day that my orders come through to leave for the next day, my payroll record showed up. And so they said, go off base, enjoy yourself. They might have given me $700-800. I don't know how much they gave me. Might as well have been, 20,000. Okinawa beer was $1. It's just do anything you want. I mean, it's just a lot of money. So I take in. You might have figured out by now. I'm never much of a rule follower. Yeah, you figured it out.
I'm figuring that out.
Okay. All right. So I go off base. I'm supposed to be back at midnight. It's about 3 a.m. And I'm walking down the street, and it's raining like hell. It's almost coming down sideways. And there's a guy walking back up the other way, coming right towards me. It's Blackwell. It's that guy I saved during the first night.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. And he told me that was his third heart, and he didn't have to go back So he was in G2, which is orders and all that sort of stuff, intelligence. And he said, I can get you. The guy that runs this little printing press and goes back and forth and delivers orders, I can get you that job. He says, because the company Gunny and I are tight. And he said, and, by then I think he was staff sergeant. And he says, I'll get it done. And he says, when do you go back? And I said, I'm supposed to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And this is like 3 in the morning. He says, I don't think I can get it done that soon. And I said, brother, that's okay. That's okay, because I was kind of looking forward to seeing the guys anyhow. So, we part. I tell him where I'm at, so forth. We part, and he goes this way, I go mine. And I go back, immediately get arrested. They take me to the officer today. And the officer today goes, he's this young second lieutenant that's got the shit jobs, talking to buttheads like me. And he's going, why can't you be back? And I said, I'm going back. I was in Vietnam and I was wounded. I got to go back tomorrow. And I lost track of time. And he goes, get him the fuck out of here. So they take me back. And I fall asleep. I slept for maybe an hour. And then I fall out with the hangover from BG's hell. And I had orders stationed me back in Blackwell. Got it done.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that happened. I mean, to me, or like the 5th grade. I mean, it's repeatedly have happened like that. And I think my angel's there.
Still to this day.
Yeah, I think so. I think hopefully I'll meet him or her or it. And it'd be kind of nice one day. I know whenever I meet her, he's going to look more exhausted than I do.